The girl who woke up at 3 a.m. every night. When I found out why, I was terrified. My name is Daniel, and this story still haunts me. Even now, when the clock strikes 3 a.m., I don't dare get out of bed. It all started when my little sister, Ava, began waking up at exactly 3 a.m. every night. She would sit up in bed, staring at a dark corner of her room, her lips trembling like she wanted to say something but couldn't. At first, we thought she was having nightmares. But then, strange things started happening. Lights flickered on and off. Scratching sounds came from inside her closet. And every morning, her window was wide open, even though we were sure we had closed it the night before. One night, I heard Ava scream. I ran to her room and found her sitting up in bed, her wide eyes locked onto the dark corner. I asked, "Ava, what's wrong?" With a shaky voice, she whispered, "She's here. She's smiling at me." A chill ran down my spine. At that moment, from inside her closet, I heard a faint, raspy whisper. "Tonight, it's time." The hidden camera and the terrifying truth. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I set up a hidden camera in Ava's room to find out what was really happening at night. The next morning, I watched the footage, and my breath caught in my throat. At exactly 2:59 a.m., Ava was sound asleep. But at 3 a.m., her closet door slowly creaked open, by itself. A tall, thin shadow with hollow, glowing white eyes emerged from the darkness. It stepped forward, reaching out with long, bony fingers, gently placing its hand on Ava's shoulder. But what terrified me the most was that Ava didn't scream. She didn't run. She just sat up and stared at it, like she knew it. Then, in a soft, hollow voice, she said, "Okay, tonight." The dark secret behind it all. I was frozen with fear. Where was Ava going? Who or what was she talking to? That night, while my parents were asleep, I sneaked into Ava's room and sat beside her bed. Whispering, I asked, "Ava, what is it? Who are you talking to?" She turned to me, but her eyes were empty. Black, soulless. Then, in a cold, distant voice, she said, "Daniel, you shouldn't be here." Suddenly, the air turned freezing cold. My breath turned into mist. I felt a presence behind me. Something was standing there, watching. Then, I felt it, long, icy fingers resting on my shoulder. A voice whispered in my ear, "It's already too late." The horrifying end. Or is it just the beginning? The next morning, when I woke up, I was in my own bed. Had it all been a dream? But when I ran to Ava's room, her bed was empty. Ava had vanished. My parents called the police, but no trace of her was ever found. It was as if she had disappeared into thin air. But I knew the truth. A few nights later, while going through the old camera footage, the screen suddenly glitched. And then, Ava's face appeared. She was sitting in the darkness, her once bright eyes now deep black voids. A twisted smile curled on her lips. She stared directly at the camera and whispered, "Daniel, it's not your turn yet, but wait, I'm coming for you soon." And then the screen went black. Since that night, every single night, at 3 a.m., I hear scratching sounds, coming from inside my closet.